Some people say that Jordan Peele has redefined the horror movie genre, which is quite remarkable considering where he got his start. He started on Comedy Central doing the world famous TV show with his good pal Keegan Michael Key and their show Key and Peele that had a great, awesome, dark humor comedic aspect to their show. And what made this saga even more interesting and exciting was that Jordan claimed that he was going to go and direct a movie. Not just any movie, but a horror movie. No one knew what it was going to be about. No one knew how it was going to go. Many people expected Jordan to fail, but when he succeeded, many people thought that Jordan definitely redefined the horror genre, especially because of the way that he did it. And Keegan Michael Key and Jordan Peele really pride themselves on being funny, which is why many people didn't think that Jordan would make a good horror film, because we have never seen that side of Jordan Peele. Get Out came out in 2017, February 2017 to be exact. His budget was $4.5 million estimated. Its opening weekend was $33 million. Its gross was $176 million, and its worldwide gross was $255 million. So it more than made its budget back. And for the time being in which it came out, it was truly spectacular, and I thought one of the greatest movies of all time. It was in that rarefied air of the Conjuring movies, of the Exorcist movies, and he was nominated for Best Screenplay, especially being a black director, where this film was mainly improvised. With the success of Get Out, Jordan Peele truly stated his arrival. He made a big splash in a big pond, and many people were wondering how he was going to follow this up. Well, he followed it up with Us, that came out in March of 2019, and it was an okay movie. I remember seeing it twice because I didn't really understand it. Basically, it was based off of the main characters and their doppelgangers coming up to try and overtake the world by slaughtering their own selves. But I felt that this movie was a case where the trailer was better than the actual movie, especially with the hook of "I got 5 on it." That never gets old. Its budget was $20 million, opening weekend was $71 million, gross was $175 million, and worldwide gross was $256 million. So it beat out Get Out in the worldwide gross in $256 million. So it did good, it did great. It was on the same level as Get Out, financially wise, box office wise, but I just didn't think it was that good of a film. Again, the trailer was better than the film itself. Now, in between directing gigs, he went on to executive produce in the movie Candyman that came out in 2021. I thought the premise of a new Candyman movie was great. It was going to be great. But again, this was another film where the trailer was better than the movie. And many people call Candyman a horror film. Yeah, but I feel like this movie was more of a slasher film. People get slasher and horror movies mixed up, and that's okay. I get it. It could be scary to some, but it could just be squeamish to others. And this was a perfect example. Although he didn't direct it, he did have his name attached to it, and I felt that Candyman was yet again not a good film. Then we move on to his last and most recent campaign of his directorial career. It was $68 million. Its opening weekend got $44 million, which out of his 3 movies, that was in second place behind Us. Its gross got $123 million, and its worldwide gross got the lowest out of the 3 films that he directed at $171 million. So in each movie that he's directed, they have gone financially, they've been stagnant. They've either gone down or they've just been plateauing at a certain range. But what I do like in all of Jordan Peele's movies, whether it be Get Out, Us, or Nope, is that it always adds a racial undertone to these films, and it really makes us think of how messed up the world was 400 some years ago. In all honesty though, I don't think he has recaptured the magic and mystique that he had when Get Out released, because I feel like Get Out was his best movie that he directed. And it came out at a crazy time during the Trump riots, during when Trump got first elected into office, and racial tension was back in the world. He even stated in a Vanity Fair interview, Jordan Peele explained that he wrote the screenplay during the first term of former President Barack Obama, which some people claim was evidence that racism was a thing of the past. He thought there would not be much interest for his movie in such an optimistic climate, so he wrote it mainly for himself, with the increasing discussion regarding violence against African Americans and the coming of the Black Lives Matter movement in later years. He knew the time was right to make the movie. I'm not doing this to shit on Jordan Peele. I think he's a great director, great actor, stand-up overall, great human being. I'm just saying, after Get Out and you look at Us and you look at Nope, those two movies didn't have the same hype before and after going into Get Out, the same way that Get Out did. It just wasn't the same. They were just mid movies at best. I do love how Nope made history by becoming the first horror film to be filmed with IMAX cameras. Jordan Peele's movies are going to always be financially successful hits, and he will be continuing to make history with every film that he directs. But I want to give you guys a little food for thought. If you look at the 3 titles of the films that he directed, Get Out, Us, and Nope, there's a little hidden message between those 3 titles, and that message being, Nope, get us out. Think about that for a second.